Hi, welcome to what I've decided to call Sunflower Garage. This is my first YouTube video. I'm going to be resurrecting my collection of cars because I've closed the barn and walked away from them about a year and a half ago due to a personal tragedy, but I am going to recommission them, get them all going again. This Triumph here is a 1967 TR4A. I completely rebuilt this car. Every nut and bolt took off the car. It was quite a story that I'll tell some other time. But as you can see from the number plate that I'm going to put a block over, the registration, I haven't put the new registration on since May of 2020. It is currently October in 2021, so it's been quite some time. When I parked it here, the last time I drove it, it had a fuel leak that I discovered that came out of the top of the fuel tank at the gasket for the fuel sending unit. So I ordered a new gasket. I'll be changing that. I think this camera looks kind of dirty if I'm looking at it right. So I'm gonna pause for a second. All right, that looks a little better. So anyway, this car, I rebuilt everything on it. It was a mess when I got it. My dad gave it to me, and right when I got out of college, and I rebuilt the whole thing. I parked it. It is now currently covered in dust. It's, I suppose, a personal barn find. It's some sort of a rodent has been walking all over it. It doesn't look like it caused any real damage other than it ate the owner's manual. But the main problem is the grease that the rodent left behind, because the underside of rodents have sebum glands, so they leave grease everywhere they walk. Oh God, look at this, it's disgusting. And that's all over the place, so I'm going to be cleaning that for one thing. But back to the fuel tank. So the last time I drove it, I filled the fuel tank all the way up to the top, and fuel leaked out of the fuel sending unit on the top through the gasket, which is a fairly easy fix. The main problem, of course, is that I had just filled the gas tank all the way up to the top, which is unfortunate. But I'll get through it. The other things I'd like to do, I need to rebuild the fuel pump because it has started leaking as well, most likely because of the ethanol in our fuel here. I'll be also adjusting the valves just because I think they're about due. I hear just a very light click. The engine was fully rebuilt, but I think I could do better on the valve adjustment. The car runs perfectly fine, but I'll be doing that. I've got some other things on my list, and I'll also give you a tour of the other cars I've got in my barn here on this video. Just in here in the barn, I've got a 1935 Lincoln LeBaron Roadster and a 1967 Land Rover Series 2A Dormobile, which, as far as I know, is the only remaining Series 2A that had air conditioning fitted by Dormobile. But, you know, who knows? The world's a big place. Could be other ones. But I'll give you a tour around the place right now really quick, and then I'll do a little bit of work. So here's the 67 Triumph. It is very dirty. I have a lot of work to do on it as far as cleaning goes. It was fully restored by me. It's in very good condition. I still need to add the kick carpet panels down there, as you can see from the white paint down there, which I have and I'm going to be installing. Here's the engine. It's fully rebuilt, runs very well. The main issue I have is the rodent that went around and left trails of goo everywhere, which is disgusting. So I'll be doing a lot of cleaning, but it doesn't appear to have done any actual damage. But, you know, it remains to be seen. And this here is my 1967 Land Rover Series 2A. It was it's a dormobile, so it's got the converted interior with the beds and sink and 2-burner cooktop and a wardrobe. It runs well. I have the fender off because of some work I've been doing on it. I'm not going to do any kind of crazy cosmetic restoration. I'm just going to leave it as it is and try to preserve it as best I can. It was originally, it came with air conditioning, which is unusual for the Land Rover series trucks. Here's the unit that actually goes on it. That fits against the windshield, and the hood of the truck is cut out to accommodate it. It was United Press International's truck that they used in South America to cover whatever disasters were happening in South America. It's a very cool car. I've always wanted a series truck. Being a farmer, I tend to like things that are utilitarian and do things. It's needs a lot of work, but it's all stuff I'm capable of doing. My main conundrum is the top got eaten by a rat when it was collapsed, which sucks because the top was actually still serviceable when I got it, but I left it closed and a rat got inside when I wasn't paying attention and ate it. So it's a good truck. I'm planning to get it going. I mean, it runs well actually already, but I rebuilt I had the transmission rebuilt. I didn't do it myself. Here's the hood that has the cutout for the air conditioning unit. This is a 1935 Lincoln LeBaron Roadster. There are 7 or 8 of these cars left in the world. They originally made 30. It was a custom car, so Lincoln sent the chassis to LeBaron, and then they built the cars. It's a beautiful car when you see it out in the sun. It's a V12. It's a lot of fun to cruise around in. I had a good time taking my grandmother out in it. She really liked seeing the old cars like this.
I don't know which way. Oh, did I tighten it?
You did.
Oops. Dude, this is difficult.
It's a lot of turns, and then but remember when you get it to the very end, you have to keep it so that it's tipped up so all the oil doesn't dump out.
Okay. How many turns is this? Father. Okay, some of the oil fell.
That's all right.
Not all of it.
It's your first time, so.
Okay, I need some help.
Just pull it through. There you go.
Yeah.
You did it.
Very
good. Ta-da!
What do I do with it?
It's a brand new one, so there's no oil in it. But now so now bring it down, dip it in the oil, dip just the fingertip in the oil. Now rub it on the black rubber part.
Here?
All the way around. Good. Now go screw it back in where you found it. Make sure you don't drop it.
I will not drop it.
And it should go on easy, so make sure it's not cross-threaded. If it feels hard to screw on, that means you're not straight.
Oh, my hand, it's all oily. So, it's hard to screw it on when it's oily.
Hold on, do you have it on at all?
Yeah, a bit.
All right, so let's pause. I'll get you a rag to dry off your glove. All right, the handy dandy shop rag. Clean off your gloves. Now go down there and finish tightening it up.
Oily hands. It's going on.
So So get it all the way on until it bottoms out, and then see how much you can tighten it, and then I'll give it the final tighten. Did you get it to the stop? Are you just slipping?
Yeah.
I'm smart grabbing the rag to do that. Very good.
Best I could. Ooh, now it's pouring out this way. Ah! This is not going well, but I'm doing okay. Oh, some of it's on. Barely.
All right. Okay, well, keep going.
Well, I'm almost out. There's like...
Well, dump it all in there.
We're out.
Okay, but put it in, stand it up on end so that it can drip as much as possible into there. Yeah, like that. And then leave it. Okay. There we go. Far from ideal, but at least it's running. All right. Wasn't the most graceful exit, but here we have it. Sometimes I've got a sticking choke. Yep, it was stuck. Now it's smoothed out. It's on a fast idle. I don't know if you can hear it on this video, but there's a little more valve noise than I'd like, so I'll do a valve adjustment soon. But anyway, she runs. I'm going to back her out and give it a bath because it's filthy. All right, well, now that it's been washed, it looks much better. Clean, clean, clean. At least on the outside. I still have to do the inside, but it's looking pretty good. So some of the other cars I'll be working on more long-term are a 53 MGTD that I'm going to be getting back on the road as well and selling, because I've decided to make a change and start liquidating some of the cars I have and do something different. I'm thinking maybe an Alpha GTV or possibly an Aston Martin. I'm not sure. There's a lot of ideas in my head. The other cars that I'll be working on that I don't have in this barn, but at my barn at the ranch, is I have a 1930 Lincoln Dietrich convertible Victoria. I have two Model Ts Fords. I have my 53 MG out there, and a 68 Lotus 23B race car, all of which I'll be working on over time on this channel. In my friend's barn, I have a 1920 Kissel center door Tourister, and it's a beautiful car. It's yellow with black fenders. I love it. I don't have a lot that I need to do on that car, but I'll be showing it on this channel at some point. It's fun to drive. It's loud. It's very eye-catching. There's only two of them that I know of that still exist. It was made in Wisconsin. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you didn't find it terrible. We'll see. If you're curious, this is Beethoven. And I'll see you soon on the next episode.